I am Gbenga Ayo-dada, Creative Director of Gbenga Artsmith, and I am on Fashion Diaries on Koga TV. I'm an accessory designer and I've been doing this for the past 10 years. It's been fun, it's been challenging. Generally, I'm an artistic person. I'm driven, I'm passionate about anything that I find myself doing. Back in school, I sold Kopiko sweet. I sold magic chewing gum. I even sold brown pants. And then I've always been the kind of person that I get easily bored with the norm. You know, the norm of school, house, and church. I discovered that I had a sweet tongue. You know, I knew how to persuade people to do something for me with my sweet tongue. I knew how to get something. Whatever I wanted, you know, I always had my way. So I brought it into play with business. Like, okay, I can sell things to people. You know, I wasn't the kind of child that would run to my father that, oh, I need money for this, I need money for that. Even in university, he used to beg to send money to me. I dabbled into the world of jewelry making in 2005. I remember very well. I was an active member of the Teens Church back then, and you know, they had, I think it was called Career Fair. You know, it's always a week-long program, so they will bring in accomplished people to speak to us, and not just that, they set us on the path. So it wasn't just hearing talk. Do you understand? They also had workshops. So it was at one of the workshops I was just looking at that, what could I learn? Most of the other things I had learned them from school, because I also went to the right kind of secondary school. You know, the school where they encourage the child to be the best it can be in every ramification, not just academically. So they're all for overall development. So I learned, you know, tie and dye, the home economics, we learned pastry making, cake making, and all of that. So I just looked at all the things, all the courses they had on offer in the Teens Church. And then I said that the only thing that was not taught in school was bead making. I went there, I gave it my shot, I learned it, and I started playing with it, but I did not take it serious until 2008. During the period when I was waiting on admission to the university, I just said, I'm a restless person. I can't just sit down doing nothing. So I went back to bead making. So I went for formal training in this, and the business started.
People naturally gravitate towards perfection, and that is what Koga Studios has been able to feed and deliver to people, towards maintaining the culture, tradition, legacy, and vision of the founder of the one-stop production media and entertainment firm, Koga Studios. Little wonder that Koga Studios in the last 1 year has been a mecca to the top shots in the entertainment industry and other walks of life. We can boast to say that Koga has been part of the success of many productions in Nigeria, be it events, movies. Worthy to mention are 93 Days Movie, The Wedding Party Movie, MFC, and Alagbede.
Fantastic.
With a seating capacity of over 800 in banquet style, you can't but love to use the fully air-conditioned Koga Ultra Modern Event Hall. Koga Entertainment, power to entertain.
I remember going to a client's house to deliver. You know, back then I had not, well, like I was not aware of courier services, but you know, I just felt I wasn't big enough for it. You know, it was really ignorance. Do you understand? So I used to deliver myself. So she used to live in 1004, and then I delivered to her. So she wanted me to adjust something in the necklace. Okay, when I got there, you know, she didn't come out in time, and then I stood like, okay, tell me where to sit. Do you understand? And then I looked at the leather couch. I looked at the dining area. Okay, where should I sit at? So instinctively, I was walking towards the living room. Like, why would anybody visit your house and then you have them sit on your dining chair? So I was approaching. No. Sit down on the dining chair. I said, okay, what's happening here? I sat there. Then when the lady came out and she wanted me to adjust something, I was going to do it on the dining table. No, don't do anything on my dining table, blah, blah, blah. Just acting all rude, and he was like, okay, what's happening? He said, do it on my snooker board. said, okay, no problem. So, those were some of the challenges, and I almost quit. And then there are days whereby, they'll tell you things like, oh, go and get a proper job, leave this thing, that this bead making is a phase. Beads, it rained one time, it passed away, then people started wearing gold. You have to look for a plan B. Tell no, I want to do this full time. So basically some of the challenges in the early stages. It's not like we don't have challenges anymore, but it's definitely better than it used to be. There's been so many achievements. I mean, maybe because my thinking was nobody gives high honor to somebody doing jewelry. I mean, the best you can get is good patronage. That was my thinking. But when something started happening to me, I was like, oh wow, this thing is good. So one of such things was when the Fashion Designers Association of Nigeria, honored me for my contribution to the fashion industry. I'm like, okay. The first question was that, what contribution? Do you understand? But people are watching. You may underestimate your achievements, but people are watching. People know what you are doing out there. And then it wasn't just that. I was honored alongside an Amazon like Chief Mrs. Nike Okundaye Davis, that's Nike Art Gallery. That was huge for me. And then many things, and then when I was chosen by GT Bank, GT Fashion Weekend is an African thing, not a Nigerian thing. So being chosen as the only accessory designer in Africa for the maiden edition, that was big for me. Do you understand? Commission to create an installation, that was big for me. And then of course movie production, because I've always loved, I used to act and I still act, so it was really interesting for me that, oh really, I thought I'd passed this phase and then this was in my past, but now I'm doing it, and it's like best of both worlds. I'm doing something that I love doing in an industry that I love. Do you understand? So when I started getting calls from Ebon Live TV to provide accessories for Wedding Party 1 and 2, Royal Hibiscus Hotel, and so many other movies like that, it was great. I mean, that is something that I see that is not common in the industry. It's not common among my colleagues, so I'm grateful for those things. I wasn't on set with them because they had a costume designer, so I worked hand in hand with the costume designer, and we looked at the brief, we looked at the mood board together, we created looks together, and then created jewelry to fit each character and each look. So it was really fun. It's the kind of thing that I love to do, because with customers it can be limiting, because they have their own specifications. I want it this particular way, but you're thinking, oh, I'd rather do it this way. I want it, let's try it. Most customers are not adventurous. No, this I want it. It may not work out fine, but with this movie, it was a case of, this is me expressing my creativity. I was given the freedom, I was given the room to do as many things, to carry out as many experiments as I wanted to, and eventually it helped, sales on the other end. It helped people to see, oh really, this is what you were describing to me the other time, this was what you were trying to get me to do. Now I'm talking about my customers now. Do you understand? The things that they would usually not allow me to do, but when they saw the physical manifestation, they're like, oh, it's actually beautiful, it's actually nice. Why didn't you do this for me? I was trying to do it for you, but you wouldn't have it. You understand? So it also helped to build there was trust already. It helped to improve the trust that customers had for me. I started having customers come to me, this is my fabric, or this is the gele I want to wear to. Just do anything that will suit it, because they could trust that, oh, it's best to let this guy do his thing and not limit him. So with those were some of the perks that came with doing all these movies. Definitely we're going global. Do you understand? We're patterning our business after such brands like Zara. Zara is not, he's a standalone brand under an umbrella company that has other fashion brands. So we're getting to a point whereby the Gbenga Artsmith luxury, for the premium clients, the Gbenga Artsmith, we're there already, but it's just expanding it. We have the diffusion line for everybody. When I say everybody, maybe you're on the budget, or you have the money but you just want something simple, you know, just for knockabout use. And then we have the one for the middle class, you know. And then we're getting to the point where we're catering to different markets. You know, there's something for different markets. For the Western market, Western market is broad. Do you understand? So when I say Western market, there's something for the European audience. There's something for the American audience. Let me expatiate on that. For the European market, they are very conservative people. Do you understand? So we want something that will appeal to them, you know. So we're creating designs exclusive to that market. For the American market, they are more adventurous. They are I'm trying to choose my words carefully. They are flamboyant. Their taste is flamboyant. They want things that are big. They want things that are bold, statement pieces. No, there's something for them. There's something for the African market. The African market, we are party-loving people. We are jolly people. We are cheerful people. We always find a reason to celebrate. Your child is graduating. You have Ashwebi. Your son's introduction, you rent a hall or you get a tent, you know, things like that. So creating things for different market, that's what we're going to. So we're getting to the point whereby we have a franchise that Gbenga Artsmith in UK is similar but also distinct from Gbenga Artsmith Africa. So that's what we're going to. If you have the passion, you don't have enough of it, you're going to burn out at some point, because discouragement will come, trials will come, tribulations will come, and the intensity of your passion is what will determine if you will go on or if you will quit. And then the presence of your passion will determine whether you want to face it or whether you just hang your boots. Do you understand? So passion is very, very, very important. If you don't have passion for it, you're just wasting your time. If you are in it just to make ends meet, you're just wasting your time, because trust me, as we are, there's still a certain financial point that we're trying to get to. Do you understand? This is 10 years after. So if you are in it that, okay, after 1 year, I want to be able to travel on vacation, I want to be able to have this, and it's better I don't go into it. Be in it because you love it, because you want to grow in it, you want to die there. You know, like the slang we use. And then definitely consistency is very important. You have to be consistent, you have to be innovative, you have to evolve over time. Don't be the same person every time. Do you understand? Be new every morning, like dew. Don't be the same. Don't be predictable. Do you understand? Don't let it be a situation whereby people you tell somebody, oh, I want to sell something to you, and they're like, don't worry, it's the same thing as last year. Do you understand? Do common things uncommonly. Do things differently. Even if you have to do the same thing, okay, you are like, this is my style, this is my identity. Interpret the identity in different forms. Do you understand? Tease your audience, titillate them, let them have something to look forward to. So you can't just be the same way and then you are not complaining, oh, people are not buying from me, business is not doing well. You have to look for what you are doing wrong, and what you are doing wrong is probably the fact that you are doing the same old thing. And then people move on very quickly. There's nothing like a champion. You are champion today, you are forgotten issue tomorrow. So that's why you have to be very consistent, ever evolving. It is very important. I am Gbenga Ayo-dada, creative director of Gbenga Artsmith, and I am on Fashion Diaries on Koga TV.